All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Command Hour. So every Tuesday we're gonna have a training based on command, right? And today we are going through how to edit or set up your agent website. So for most of you, if you already have your agent website, the first few steps might not be the most interesting for you, but it's still good to know where you can edit like your basic information if you want to change your, let's say, market center number, or if you want to change the name, if you want to change the images or your contact details and stuff like that. So this will definitely come in handy over here. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. There you go. So I hope you can see my command screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can, or any kind of inclination, and that you can
Yep.
hear me properly. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So if you don't know, if you click on this red tab on the top left, it shows you all the names of each and every tab over here. So in order to access your website, you need to go to the consumer tab. Okay. In the consumer tab is where you will actually see the pages inside your website and your website URL as well. And if it's your first time setting it up, you might not see anything here, right? So do not worry about that. So even before we reach to the consumer tab, there are a few basic steps that we have to complete within command in order for the website to function properly. So first you have to set up your marketing profile, because the marketing profile is going to be used to have your anything that you put in your marketing profile comes into your website. So essentially completing your marketing profile is completing your website. So if you just go on your name on the top right, you click on it and you just select settings, right? Once you're inside settings, you can go to connect settings and click on marketing profile. So now this is where you will complete your image. If you have a team logo, your details like your name, your last name, your agent license number, if you have a team, your team name, your designation. So it could be sales representative, or it could be broker, right? So you will see that the asterisk, the red asterisk, means that this is a compulsory op section for you to complete, right? So let's say right now, if you don't have a slogan, right? So slogan can be anything like your key to happiness or something like that. If you don't have that by right now, just click on space and it will act as a placeholder. Okay, so these all things, so your bio as well. So make sure you have a well written out bio, right? So this bio also comes in handy as well when creating your credibility. So your mobile phone number, your office phone number, if you have a fax, your email address. And Brian, to your questions, this is where you will see market center address, and your market center brokerage license number is 1162. Okay. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to put it in the chat. If I'm not able to hear you, I'll keep checking it in between.
Sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
so market center number, we should just type in 1162.
1162 is your market center number. That's correct.
Market center broker's license number. Okay.
Okay. 62, right? And if you keep going down, you'll have like a compliance folder. It's not necessary, but you can put it. Then you have a folder for your an image for any footer images that you want to use. You have your social media icon, so you can paste your Facebook URL here, your Twitter URL here, your Instagram URL here, YouTube, LinkedIn. And if you are using Google Analytics, you can paste the tracking ID right over here. Okay. And after you complete your marketing profile, there's a very important step that you need to check on, which is use my information to brand my agent's site. So if you have this turned off, so none of this marketing material will display on your website, right? So you have to make sure that you have to turn it on. You have to acknowledge, and there you go. So now all of the information that I filled here will automatically come to my website. Any questions so far?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. Nothing in the chat. Okay, awesome. So all you need to do, so once you've done with your marketing profile, so that's your step number 1. Okay. Then you will go back to the consumer section. And over here, if it's a new website and there's nothing right now, you would not see any URL right here. Okay. And even if you have a website and if you want to edit it, the first step you have to do is you go on the top right, you will click on site and app settings. Okay. So once you click on here, you have all these options: general, URLs, featured listings, theme, agent sites. Okay. So general basically shows the layout of your website. And if you click on the URLs, it will show you your subdomain name and your app URL as well. So if you're wondering what is the URL for my application, it's under the URLs tab right here. Okay. Do you have your themes? You can use the black theme or you can use the red theme, and you can see all the different pages of your website right from here, right? So where do you go and edit, and how do you set up your agent website? So if it's a new website, there's chances you would not see any of these things, okay? So you will just click on learn more with Kelly Guides. So once you click or you can also say website editor if you want to edit anything. So all you need to do is click on get started. You have to acknowledge and continue. And right now you're inside your website. Okay, so if you want to change the domain of your website, you do it right here. So let's say I want to change my domain from ankit.kw.com to ankhasti.kw.com. I change it right here and I will click on claim domain. If it's a new website, you will enter any domain that you would like, and then you will click on confirm domain. Make sense? Any questions how to have a new domain name?
Ankit, I have a question.
Yeah.
With the new domain name, can we then have access to like retargeting pixels and that kind of a thing, or is this all still within the command framework?
Amy, can you type it out on the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're back. You're back. Yeah, go ahead.
So when we change the domain name, can we then put retargeting pixels on our site, or is this all still within the command framework?
So retargeting pixels do not work in the Keller Williams website because there's no way to put the pixels, the Facebook pixels in the header. There's no access.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
Thank you. All right, yeah. So you just pretty simple. Your subdomain can't be more than 30 characters length. There can't be any spaces, no special characters like no hashtags, no and sign or anything like that. And if you change your subdomain name, the previous subdomain is released and can be claimed by any other agent. So if you have a very common name, or if there's any name that you like to do that, so I recommend that's the first step, that you claim your subdomain name, okay? And you can only claim one domain name at a time. So it's not like you can claim 3-4 different subdomains. and keep it for yourself. So once you get a new domain name, the previous one gets released. Make sense? Then you have the option to click on your marketing profile information. And this is all the information that was I filled in my marketing profile that auto-filled right here. You see, I cannot change my market center or brokerage number from here, right? You keep going down, you can go through that. You have your agent license number, you have your compliance folder, your market center number. If you want to upload any images, your own image you can upload, any logos, any social media icon, you can still upload right from here. And your Keller Williams app is automatically there as well. Okay, perfect audience. All right, so all you need to do is click on save and continue. Okay, so once you do that, you can see the progression of your website on the top. You can see we were on the subdomain part. Now we're on the style and theme part. Then we will go to the content and then we will finish it off. It's that easy. So over here in the style and theme section, you can change the theme of your website. So right now I have selected the red theme. I can also select the dark theme as well if I want. You can see it changes, not right over here, but if you will go and visit the URL, it might change, it will change over there. Okay, so this is going to be the first page in your website, right? So you can have your home page, have any text that you want. So you can say search for your dream home. And this is how the website is going to look like. And then anybody can come and search for properties here, right? So whatever you write will be displayed right here. Now, the option called upload a homepage hero image is actually the image in the background, image behind the search bar. So you can see, you can either put your own images, or you can use the images already given to you. You see, I'm using this image. And you can upload any of your own image as well. So if you click on preview, you can see how it's going to look like. You can select this, you can select this. I personally like this one, so I like to keep it like that. But you can upload your own images and see in the background, how do they look, right? So if you keep scrolling down, so that's just the basic styling of the website. It's that simple. You just click on save and continue again. Now we have the content. So the content is basically your navigation. So your navigation bar is company profile, about me, and contact us. So you can change the format of it, right? You can change the order. And then this will be the title of the page that says company profile. So you can make it any title that you want. You can make it like about me, if that's what your intention is, right? So it will change the title of the page. So I'm going to go company profile. Sorry. There you go. Now the URL slug, that is the slug that this is the hyphen, and what's this page is all about. So right now it says about us. So there can be any spaces or any special characters. So I can name it company profile. Profile. And now this is the new URL for that page. Make sense? So it's the best practice. So whatever the title of the page is, you name the same as in the URL slug, so that you know which pages are there. So now SEO description is a choice. You can talk about what this page is about. So you can talk about this page is about my company profile and so on and so on, right? Now in the content section, which is the bottom part, you can actually write anything right here will be portrayed right here. So let's say I put a demo text is shown right here, right? So enter a quick description about your business. So you can talk about sellers, or we specialize with, let's say, pre-construction. And then you can talk about pre-construction right here. We have platinum access to all the great pre-construction properties. Across the GTA, right? And then you can put an image which will change this image right here, upload it right from here. And the same thing can be done for this as well. And then you can write anything that you want. Again, you can update the footer and your legal footer, and it will automatically populate your phone number and the address. And this is the legal footer that is automatically already there for you. So you don't have to change this part as well, right? So you can just click on continue again, and it will take you to your next page, which is your about me page, right? So what you will do is about me, your URL slug would be the same as about me. If you go into the content, this is where you can change your contact details, your phone number, your email ID, your bio. So if you pay attention, this is exactly what I've written in my marketing profile. So once you fill in your marketing profile, it's like kind of do it for you for everywhere that you go in the website, right? So if you click on continue again, it will take you to the contact us page. Again, the same thing. If you don't want to change anything, that's good too. Just wanted to make sure that everything is right. Save and continue. There you go. So it's that simple. So if you want to change anything, if you want to redo anything, if you want to change the images on your website, if you want to change any address, any phone number, you can do it right from there. And there's this link which is get answers. It will help you to click on it first. There you go. It will help you get anything that you need to do in case you're stuck and you're unable to reach me. Okay, so this is for your IDX websites. So this website is called the IDX website. Okay, if I go back, I click on the cross button here, and here you go. So I have my website right here. So if I click on it, and if you remember, I selected this image, and this is the changes that I made, and you can see everything right here, right? So how can we now add featured listings in my website, and how can I add more pages over here? That's what we're going to cover right now. So if I go back to my command and I'm in my consumer section, right? I go back to site and app settings. I will go to a tab called featured listings. Now, if you see over here, I have an option of featured listings. I can click select listings, and you can show up to 10 listings at one time. So anybody wants to give me an address for a listing or anything like that if you have? No, what? Okay, no problem. So I search for 68 Hayden Avenue over there. Let's say I also want to select this listing. I will just select it. I'll click on done. Now this listing is added. I can select more listings the same way. So just for the purpose of demonstration, I can select multiple listings at one time. Done, 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 done. I will just click on save changes. I will just go back to my consumer section, go to my website. I go down and you can see all of these featured listings are right there in my home page. So if you have your own listings and if there's any particular listings that you want to highlight, you can just do it right from here. And your clients can just click on it and it will take them to the bigger page with all the MLS information about that property. See, there you go. And it will only have your branding on that page. And these are the other homes nearby. Any questions so far? How to add featured listings in your homepage? Pretty straightforward, right? So anytime you want to change something, you go to the consumer tab, you go to site and app settings. If you want any URL, you will click on the URLs tab. This is where you can delete or add images as well, right? Any URL, any featured listing you want to change, add or subtract. So let's say I want to remove these featured listings. I click on save changes. I come back here, refresh. Only 2 are there. So the change happens really, really quickly. Okay. If I want to change the theme of my website, I want to change it to the dog theme. Click on update theme. I come here, I refresh. Now you see I have all the blacks. So now I'm in the dark theme. I like the red one, so I'm going to revert back to that. Right? So any questions? Okay, perfect. Am I going too fast? Can I move on to how to add landing pages to your website? Hey, perfect. Are you guys still even there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, right. All right, there's nothing in the chat, so I'm just making sure. Okay. All right. So Brian, do you want to add landing pages to your website?
I don't know what landing pages I
Sure,
can
let me
add.
show it to you. So if you go back to your consumer section, you have the section called landing pages.
Right.
Okay.
So okay.
So if you click on landing pages,
Okay.
you have an option will be create a new page. Right? Or if
Yeah.
you go back, you have more options. You can click over here as well, create a new page. So it will give you an option. It will say, create the landing page on my agent website or as a standalone landing page. So let's say you want a landing page on your website. So just click on that. You will click on create page. Okay. So let's say you want a page in your website that asks for testimonials from your client. So what would you do? You will go and you will select the testimonial capture form.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
I see more options on my page, I think, than what you have there. Like I see a market snap option.
That will come when you select create a standalone standing page.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right?
Can we do that? I'm just curious, like maybe we
Yeah,
should.
yeah, you can do
Okay.
that as well. I can show
Okay.
you that as well, no problem.
Okay.
So let's say, so let's do that if you want instead. There you go. Yes. Okay. So let's say you create a landing page, right? As a landing page. There you go. You have more options now.
Okay.
Let's say you want to create this. So you create your
Market snap.
so let's say you want to create your marketing snap, right?
Okay.
So let's say this is it. And then you want to, let's say maybe have your branded header on top of it, right? And then you want to have you download my app link on bottom, something like that. Okay. So all you need to do is first publish this page. Yes, update. And now this page is published. Okay, so you can see over here in my landing pages, I have this page,
Okay.
right? So let me just edit it and make sure I put the correct name, okay? So that there's no confusion. So we call it market snapshot. And I will click on publish, yes, update. And in my landing pages, I can see there's a market snapshot. But in my site pages, it's still not there, right?
Right.
So what I need to do, sorry. So what I need to do, if I go over here, again in my site and app settings, I go to agent site pages, I can click on add page. When I click on add page, you see it still does not show here, right? So what I need to do, I need to create a version of this that is in the website version. So I go back to my landing pages, I open this, I copy this link, okay? There you go, I copy this link. Now I go on create a new page. Now I want this page on my agent site. So I click on create page, agent site. So the first thing that I want to do is add a widget or a content block. So I will click text as my content block. So this is a bit technical. Don't worry, you'll have this recording, so you'll know how to upload landing pages, okay?
Yep.
So there's a website called iframe generator, which I'm going to paste for your convenience on the chat so you can bookmark it. There you go. So if you remember, if you come to the iframe generator, you will change this pixel into a percentage. You will put width 100, your height 100, and scroll bar as yes. And this is where you will paste the URL and you will click on generate. You will copy this code and you will put it in the text here. Okay. And then you will need to put a widget. So let's say you put your contact form underneath and you will click on configure widget. If you want to change anything, you will click on save and apply and save changes and yes. So if you go now to the landing, your agent site pages, you can see that this page is here now for you to put it in your website. So, but it's still grayed out. That means it hasn't been added to the website yet. So I go back to my site and app settings. I will go to my agent site pages. I will go to add page. And now I can see the page I just created. I will select that, click on continue. So let's say I want to call it market snapshot, right? I will also name the slug market snapshot. And I will click on save. So now this page is added on my website. So if I refresh this, and if I click on my drop-down menu, I can see market snapshot. So if I click on it, and I can see that page right here.
Okay.
Right? So there's a bit of a step that you need to follow if you want to have a very custom landing page like the way you asked, Brian. But if you would go directly here in your consumers app and then you create a landing page directly from my agent website, then you don't need to go to the iframe because you're just using the limited options here. Right. But if you're using the options outside that from a standalone landing page, then you need to go to the iframe generator and paste it in the text box. That's the only difference. Okay, I know a little bit complicated, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. And I'm always there for you to help you out here, right? Okay, so that's how you basically edit or add pages or add features listings into your website, right? If you want to change any images, change any text box, anything like that, It's very easy. You go to your consumer section, site and app settings, learn more with Kelly guides, your agent site, and it will take you to the creator right here, right? And you can just click on save and continue and move on through the process. If you want to quit in between, you just click on the cross button on the top right and nothing will be changed because you did not save anything. It's that simple. Just any questions, guys?
Not from me.
I know, Alfred, you do not have your command yet, so it might be a little new for you, but don't worry, once you get it, you will have this recording. Delia, any questions? Yeah, I know it's a little technical about the when we are trying to add a new landing page, but don't worry. You do it once, you do it twice, and you'll remember it forever. Right. So this training was a little bit technical as compared to other trainings, which will be much more fun. But I saw the gap where a lot of agents did not know that they even had a website to begin with. So I thought I'll cover this basic first, and then we can move on. So my next training on next Tuesday is about landing pages. So we will create fun little landing pages, and I'll show you all the different landing pages, and I'll show you again how you can add it to your website. You're a genius. Thank you, Delia. I agree with you on that. Awesome. So I'm just going to stop the recording. Thank you so much, guys. Go.